Whoa, that's a bite. There is no simpler way of fishing, and this time of year, I love this tactic. We're basically going to use a bait and a weight, and we're not going to wait for the carp to find us. We're going to stalk and hunt them and find where they are and winkle them out. Nothing like a bit of winter carping. Well, welcome to the Glebe. This is pool 8. This is a typical sort of commercial style lake. So firstly, before I even get the kit out, I'm gonna have a walk around the lake. Today we're really lucky. Put myself on a lake where there's no other people, so I've got plenty of room. As you can see, the water is crystal clear, so they're gonna be very spooky. But there's plenty of fish in here. All we've got to do is find them. Now there's a few key things that I look for this time of year. Firstly, just have a little look on the lake. Give yourself 5 minutes, see if you can see where the fish are. And it's pretty obvious already where they are. If you look down the lake towards the aerator, you can see fish with their backs out the water. So that's always going to be a good place to start. If you don't see anything and the conditions are a little bit rougher, look for features, look for things that you think, do you know what, if I was a fish, I'd hang out there when it was cold in the winter. So we've got things like pipes under the water, a little bit of cover, maybe some water's coming in on those pipes. We've got the typical aerator. We all know commercial fish love aerators. You've got, this lake's divided by a rope with little bottles on the top, so you're gonna get bits of rubbish all hung on those things. So towards the corners of the pool, I'd expect there to be some fish hanging around there where there's a bit of cover on the bank, and also you've got the cover from the rope and all the bits and bobs hanging from it. Then if you look at the far bank, there's lots and lots of cover over there. So where there's cover and maybe a bit of depth, you might find some fish also. So far, this is probably where I'm going to put myself, and I'm not going to put myself right on top of them either. I'm probably going to sit a little bit away from them and then plan to sort of build my way up towards them, so we're not going to wreck the swim straight away, and hopefully nick a few as we go along, and we could have a good bit of winter sport. Bomb fishing is a real simple method, and to be honest, if you had to pick a venue for it, you could pick most commercials. It lends itself to everything. When you're hunting and looking for fish, you just pick a pool with some nice features, spend your time having a look around, drop your rig in, and there's a chance you'll get a bite. Let the hunting begin. After watching the water and looking around, the fish have slightly moved now, probably because of the disturbance of us, but they're sort of a bit further down the lake at the moment, heading towards the aerator. So that's a good feature. I don't want to go right on top of it yet, but I'm going to go near it and see if we can nick a bite. So first chuck, nice and easy. Going to keep it dead sensible to start with. I'm just going to literally, this is 2 slices of bread, literally popped in my punch box. I haven't done anything to them, and I'm just going to do the 8mm punch in there a couple of times. So I've got 4 bits of bread basically. There's 2 layers of bread there. And just give it a little tiny squeeze, and then I'm going to push that out the punch. And as you can see, it's lovely little fluffy discs of bread. And get the old speed stop needle in there, keep everything nice and straight, and pop that on the hair. Just take your time, because you want to make sure you get everything right. And look at that for presentation. Don't get any better than that. And what will happen is when the bait's been out in the water for a little bit, it will swell up and look really delicious, but dead easy for the fish to digest and take up. So let's try and drop it in the zone. A really important factor today is we don't want to sort of bomb your bomb in as such. You want it to be nice and quiet, nice and gentle. I can see an odd fish blowing actually, to be fair, so I'm going to go just short of the rater, away from this bank towards the middle of the lake, and see if we can nick one. Let's have a little go. Great from this style of fishing. There we go, dropped her in nice and quietly. I'm not fishing a clip or anything, I just stopped the line just to make sure that lead just fell in nice and quietly, and the hook bait flipped over the top, so it's got good separation. Bread is a brilliant bait. Not only do we love it, but in any scenario it tends to work. In the sea, in a lake, in a river, in a canal. It's just a brilliant bait. And I think the nice thing about it is, for this sort of style of fishing, it's very visible. It's not too heavy on the fish to eat in the winter months. You can manipulate it so it either pops up, wafts or sinks, and it's dead easy to use. There's only one bread I'd use for this type of fishing, and that's the mainline match medium. No, I'm lying. It's the Warburton's medium soft loaf. It does everything you need it to. It's brilliant, and you can buy it in a little loaf too. Ooh. Go on then. Well, that didn't take too long. Obviously, we'd done our research. Ooh, we thought we knew where they were, and probably 4 or 5 minutes, we were into one. As I mentioned when I cast out, I didn't sort of go into where I think the danger zone is, where they're all shoaled up. I wanted to just drop it a little bit short and see if we can nick some off the edge. It just gives you more time throughout the day, because when it's clear and you hook a fish, you're literally going to spook them. There's nothing you can do. They may come back, they may not. And in areas where there's lots of fish, you tend to be able to catch a few. But it's great that worked, that we just dropped it a little bit short and managed to get one. I mean, you can do this on literally any commercial in the country that's got carp in it, and as long as bread's allowed. But it's such a good way of fishing, and probably the most easiest way of fishing. Not even someone that's rubbish at fishing can get this wrong. I mean, look at me. Here he comes. Look at that. What a fish. Hey! Let the hunting commence. There we go. First one of the day. Probably 4 or 5 minutes for that bite. It's quite lively. It's freezing as well, like a block of ice. Absolute stunning carp here at the Glebe. And this one come for the research and the bit of time we spent at the start looking for the right spot. We knew we were going to be in the rightish area, and he couldn't resist the bread. So there you go. First fish of the day. Absolute crack. I'm going to get it back because it's freezing. For this style of fishing on small commercials, I try and use the lightest bomb I can get away with. Something that will aid my cast so I can still cast accurately and obviously propel the hook bait into the right position, but as light as you can get away with. I mean, today it's probably only 20 meters wide at the furthest, so that real minute drop into the swim will not spook them off, so the lighter you can use, the better. But you will have scenarios, especially in matches where you got what you're given, and then you might have to put a bigger bomb to get to the location, but always go on the side of lightness. Not going to change anything because that worked perfectly. All I'm going to do this chuck is I'm probably going to go a little bit more towards that aerator. I don't want to creep too far over, but there's obviously fish about. Probably spooked a few then when we hooked that one, so I'm going to go a little bit closer to where I think the hotter zone is at the moment. So again, just 2 simple punches of bread. All I'm doing when they're in the punch is just holding the end of the punch and just give them a little squeeze, just so they all come together. We've got, it's not a very big bait at all. And then I'm literally, put the speed needle on, thread them on, just take your time to get it perfect, then drop that in position. QM one size 12 there, look at that, just matches perfectly. Look at this little beauty of a selection. So we say how things develop and move on. Back in the day, look at this, the original sort of like Owsley style bomb that we all used to use, and it was brilliant. Got many different sizes. Look at that one, that one's had some use in it. Shows how young I am, that one does. But they were brilliant, it's all we had. And then they developed on, and I used to work in a tackle shop called J&K Tackle, and there was a guy in there called Merv Wilkinson, who was an absolute hero and a legend on the bank, and he was one of my good friends, and he used to blow his shed up quite regular, making these little leads, and these were sort of game changer. Look at this, I mean, no coating, no nothing, just a swivel, but into a little tiny flat lead, and these were brilliant on winter leagues. I used to have to take loads of people these, because this is what you could use to sneak your bait in and present it perfectly every time. And then as time moves on, the main man got involved and started making leads with coatings. I've still got a few leads here. I mean, that must be I don't know, 20 years old. And this is back in the day when Dan put a coating on leads to make them safe, more protected, and to make them more usable. And look at the shapes, how the shapes developed: inline, swivel, distance casting. And that all originates from these sort of like original old bombs. Mega, isn't it? And then this one here is very special to me. Again, this is a Merv Wilkinson special, but this is the one I used many times at makings, just plopping a bit of corn in all kinds of places to win many sort of Winter League matches. Really good. Good memories, that. And then time moves on, and then we come to the present day, and here we are. Just some of what we do. These are the Guru leads. They behave exactly the same. They're not very different. We've just tried to refine them and make them more usable, and obviously put a coating on them and make them from materials that are safe and allowed. But yeah, that's how bomb fishing's developed. Brilliant, isn't it? Whoa, that's a bite. Great fun on this light gear. Tell you what, I don't half pull in here. Look at that go. Just fishing nice and balanced. We've got a 6 pound main line, which is a really low diameter line. So it's lovely and smooth. And then down to our hook length, which is 0.17 Engage, which is unbelievably strong for its diameter. And then down to the old faithful 12 QM1 with a speed stop off the back, which is perfect for loading the old bread on. And look at this. Can't beat this in the winter, can you? Couple of bites in no time at all. Ooh. It's another nice fish. The Glebe has some lovely fish in it, to be fair. I don't know how to fight. Come back. There he is. Yeah, man. Whoa, not ready yet. There he is. You see him under the water. Look how clear the water is. Such good fun. Here he is. Have a gob full of air, mister. Yes. Number 2 hunted. Same fish. Can you believe it? It's the same fish. They just love that mainline bread. 2 in 2. This one's just as cold. See if we can do the hat trick. The rig setup today is super simple. A little bit different what you'd probably normally use, but this is developed from a rig we used in Hungary at the Walterland Masters. We wanted a really simple, refined rig that wouldn't tangle. So it's basically a size 14 snap, link and swivel. And the main reason for the size 14 is more the swivel end, so it's nice and fine on your line. Then I've used a lead core safety system spare sleeve from Corda. This is used in their chod setups. It's basically a real small tapered sleeve. And what I do is I just trim the corner off it just to give it a bit more of an angle. And then I'll use our heli swivel in small, and that's basically tied on with a Palomar knot, and all I do is pull the Corda sleeve over the back, so you've got a lovely, neat little rig that will just kick out your hook length so you get minimal tangles without the use of links or anything like that. So it's a very simple but effective rig. The heli swivel lends itself to just changing hook lengths nice and quickly. That's the main reason. And today we're going to be using a 20-inch hook length because that's the rules at the Glebe, but normally you could use probably like a standard 15-inch ready rig. So 20-inch hook length, and that's going to start off at 0.17 Engage line down to a size 12 QM1 hook, and on the end of the hair we've got the speed stop, so it's perfect for bread, cord, wafters, whatever you're using on the day. Lead wise, I'm going to use a nice light lead, so I'm going to go a 1/2 ounce little square pear-shaped lead, and that'd be perfect for today. It goes in nice and quietly, and if I need to up it or change it, we can just change it on the snap, link and swivel. So a very, very simple little rig. The beauty of this style of fishing, you don't really need a lot of gear. I've just brought all my gear, shifted a few bits into my bait system, and then found myself a nice little spot on the lake. But rod and reel wise, on these small commercial pools, to be honest, a lovely soft 10-foot feeder rod matched up with a 3 or 4,000 reel. 6, 8 pound main line is absolutely perfect. I've gone for the Engage Pro in 10 foot with a 1 ounce tip, just so I can see those liners and indications. And then I've matched that up with the brand new Engage Pro 3000 reel with some Pulse Pro in 6 pound 1 ounce. Right, what I want to show you this time is the importance of feathering it in. We're now going to be right in the danger zone. Obviously the fish are there and sitting there and we don't want to spook them off. So I'm just going to cast this in nice and gently and show how you can feather it in so you avoid crashing that lead in and spooking them off. So here we go, heading towards the rater. Just going to slow that down with my finger, drop it in, minimal disturbance. Hopefully we can make it 3. Bite time is really important. We've had 2 fish already, probably within 5 minutes, which is really good, really pleased with. But I'd be willing to leave the bait out there a little bit longer. Bread stays on the hook well, and the longer you leave it, the bigger it expands. So I like to give it probably a maximum of 10 minutes. I think if you haven't caught one in 10, on a small lake like this, you probably need to find a new little area to try. Keep busy, keep active. Remember, we're hunting, we're not being hunted. Ooh. Whoa. There you go. That proves the theory. Feathering that lead in, getting it in nice and quietly, nice light bomb, even quicker bite this time, and another hard fighting fish. These little venues are brilliant. In the winter months, there'll be loads of venues like this throughout the country. This is a members lake, but anyone can join. And the sport you can have in these winter months is phenomenal. I mean, we're literally rocked up with some lead weights and some bread. And we've found the fish and it's just great fun. I mean, you can use any rod you want for this style of fishing, but a lovely soft, sort of all-round rod, you can just have so much fun with it, and you can get away with fishing lighter lines because it's so forgiving, but yet you've got the perfect control and enough performance to get you to the spot perfectly. But I just enjoy using a soft rod. Look at that, literally bent in half, clutch set, everything working. It's a real nice way of fishing. And rather than packing your gear away when the weather goes rubbish, you can be out doing things like this. And it's so simply done. Let's have a loaf of bread, a couple of wafters, tin of peril, nice easy bomb setup, happy days. Oh, big thud. You know when it's a good one. Oh, there's his tail. How good fun is this? Look at that. Big old lump, that one. There's your hat trick, 3 in 3. Don't get much better. Well, there we go. Look at that for a hat trick. Number 3, biggest of the day. Another absolute stunner. Give a good old battle that, didn't it? There's obviously a few fish out there. So we've got lots of things to try and lots of things we can change, but while we're winning, we'll carry on winning. What a fish. For this style of fishing, we're not feeding anything, so your hook bait is super important. I like to bring a few different hook baits to these kind of venues, which will certainly get you a bite at one time or another. Firstly, obviously the bread, that's your winner, the bread winner. But we've also got some wafters in multiple colours, so we can get the bait to behave differently in the swim, and sometimes a different colour can just get you that bite. Then the old faithful, sweet corn. You can't go anywhere in the winter without it, and it just looks so good on the bottom in clear water. It's very attractive and the fish don't mind eating it this time of year. Well, I was going to say that's surprising, but it's probably not. 3 in 3. Thought we were going to get a few. Thought it was going to be quite easy, and that chuck, about 10-minute chuck, not even a liner or a sign. Tells me they've moved on. I'm not going to waste any more time casting where we've cast. Worked our way up to the rater, and they've obviously moved off now. Being honest, I haven't seen anything this side of the pool. There's a few fish the other side of the pool blowing away, but obviously there's a rope dividing both sides, so I'm hoping there's going to be some more fish in this area. I can't actually see any, but we've got a lovely pipe sort of halfway down the bank here and a little bit more cover. So I'm going to maybe drop one in there and see if we can nick a bite. Not going to change bait, one thing at a time. We know the bait's working when they're there. We've got lots of options, which I will talk you through at some point. But the main objective of the game is to catch another fish. So we're going to go down the same route again. 4 discs of bread, just squeezed together. So these are just going to waft around a bit and slowly find their way to the bottom. Very attractive, natural looking bait. Right, just having a look around before I cast, check there isn't any signs of any other fish, but it's definitely quiet now, so let's go for this. Again, we're going to feather it in again. We don't want to go in too heavy. So far, bread's been the real winner today, but there's a few different ways in which you can present it. At the moment, I'm currently using it as sort of slow sinking, bit wafty, and that way I do it is literally 2 punches into my bread. So I'll get 4 discs and I'm just compressing them in the punch just to make a nice tight little cylindrical shape, and then putting it on the hair. And what it would do, it would go in and it would just sink and waft dead slowly. Now if you want it really buoyant, you can either pop the bread up straight off the lead or put a couple of shot on your line just to pop it up a certain distance. Now what I tend to do for that is one scale down my hook, so I'll go to a 14 rather than a 12, so it's a little tiny bit lighter. Slightly longer hair because I want to put a few more punches of bread on, and the idea is I'm not going to compress them at all, so I'll punch them and literally put them straight on the hair so they're as fluffy as they are when they come out of the packet. And then once you cast in nice and gently, they will hover up and float around for as long as possible until the water takes advantage of them, and then it will slowly sink. It's a really nice way of fishing this, and you can cover a little bit more water. We've got a few casts towards that pipe now, and unfortunately not many signs, and definitely no more fish. But one thing I do like to try, and we know there's been fish there, is I'm going to give the aerator a little revisit. Just feel like just giving it a little bit of a rest, they might come back into play. So we'll have a little cast there and see if we can nick one. Again, exactly the same setup. It's caught some fish so far, so it'd be silly not to try it. Here we go. It's got fish written all over it. Oh, 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 oh. Well, just shows you, quickest bite of the day. Back where we started, snuck a rig in. It was like there was no fish in the lake all the time fishing towards that pipe. Just shows you they obviously just backed off after we caught those 3 fish. Probably gone the other side of the lake, to be fair, thinking about it now, where we can't get them. Give it a little rest, fish by the pipe, although we didn't catch anything, got back on the spot, we got one on. That rest was obviously clearly very important. Even though we're not feeding or putting much bait in, just that disturbance, they just want to be left alone this time of year. But when a nice bit of bread is presented in front of them, a bit like us really, it's hard to turn it down. There we go. Oh, is he ready, is he not? Oh, don't pick it up. Oh, another nice fish. Look at that beauty. Go on, in the net. Lovely. Another absolute beauty from the Glebe, pool 8. Just resting that swim there, made all the difference. We popped back in and got our quickest bite. Fell for it, didn't you, mate? But what a great bit of sport this time of year. Patience is really important with this style of fishing. This time of year, you know, we're very lucky to get a bite, but when you're going to well-stocked commercials, those fish will be there somewhere. So just gauge it as you go along. Give it a bit of time. If you feel like you're in the right position, leave it. But if you're getting signs and liners and not catching them, then be a little bit more active, move it around, get that rig into the right place. The beauty of this style of fishing is you're not feeding anything, so you're not going to fill them up by keep casting in. You're literally giving them something they want to eat, so you need to find them. Well, it's all going off here now. That little rest has seemed to do the trick. Probably time of day as well, coming to the end of the session. But the bites are coming thick and fast. But just sticking to those simple rules. we've had an absolutely fantastic day sport. Where most people's gear be put away now, we've just popped down, local commercial, very good one it is as well. And we've had a great few hours of sport. And these fish done our fight in this clear water. It's been really, really good fun. Just shows you. Weight and bait, here's your reward. Oh, finishing on a mirror carp. How about that? Look at him. Yes. There we go. What a day. Don't put your kit away, folks. Bomb and bread, maybe a few other baits, local commercial, plenty of pegs available at the moment. Look at this. Light gear, nice and balanced, brilliant fishing. Absolutely made up.